Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of October 29th to November 11th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, or have another significant Aquarius placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. Check the description box below to hear more about my services, tarot readings, astrology charts, counseling, healing. Really, I should say more coaching rather than counseling. Chthonia celestial healing, channeling, all of that kind of stuff. And also check out my social media if you want to follow my daily live stream or mostly daily live stream. You can check me out on Instagram, and I do publish all those videos here to the channel. So just if any of that interests you, all of that's below, and including how to contact me and all of that will be at my website. So I'm going to jump straight into your reading. I'm trying to be a little more efficient in how I do these if you follow this channel regularly. Okay, this is interesting. A lot of people right now, I'm an Aquarius now, and I started with Libra this week, and everybody seems to be at a point of introspection here. Because you've got Sphinx. This is you in your first house. You may be kind of hanging back right now, trying to figure things out. There's a process of excavation that goes on with Sphinx. Like, we're trying to dig deep and find out what's secret or what's uncovered. But I think you may be kind of holding back a little bit lately, keeping more to yourself. I mean, with the Moon card, there's a sense of uncertainty. You may be very mysterious to people right now with this combination. But you also may be not entirely sure of where you're going. There's been a lot of changes going on. I've talked a lot about the astrology for this month and going into next month and even into the beginning of 2025. That's very intense. And I think it's making a lot of us look more deeply, like trying to figure out who we are. Maybe things have happened to us that have changed us in a way that we say, okay, well, now I know I'm moving into a new space, but I don't quite know who I am at this point. Now, there does seem to be some news about money. You've got a page and you've got the air card in the second house. And being it's the Page of Wands, it does seem like this is going to be good news that's going to make you feel very enthusiastic. So, so you've been looking for news about money. This does seem like things are going to, you're going to be in for a spot of good news. And that's interesting here because the communications I'm seeing in the third house, we're definitely seeing some obstacles or problems. Now, I don't know if this is a communication difficulty with someone. If you're in your own business, I don't know if this means that you are, maybe you're concerned about how things are going with it. But the fact that I have it with the Ace of Bats here and Osiris, just so you know, if we ever draw Seth in this cartouche deck, you always draw a second cartouche card to go with it. But the Ace of Swords, this is again messages, but this is very sudden, unexpected kind of messages. So, and the fact that it's coming up with the Seth card tells me that this is not what you would consider to be good news. So it's interesting that we're seeing good news over here. Now, the news seems to be connected with Osiris. I don't know if this is news from somebody in authority, like a boss figure or something like that. Because Osiris has this very strong energy of somebody who is a leader or who is like I said, who is a boss or somebody in charge. So I don't know if you've gotten some bad news recently or just some unexpected news that maybe has thrown you off. This can also just indicate that it's something that making you feel a little bit unstable about how things are. We'll go through the reading and see if we can't parse out why that's happening there. Okay, in the home sector, you've got the Four of Pumpkins. So yeah, home is where you feel secure. This is where you're secure and familiar. And right now, the Four of Pumpkins is almost kind of like being in a little bubble. It's like I'm hanging on to what I've got, and I'm hanging on to what makes me feel secure. Now, the thing about the Four of Pumpkins, it can indicate a stable and secure foundation, but sometimes it's saying to us that we have to move and change or do something different in order for for this to be, that we may have to let go of something in order to gain more. So if you want to earn more money, for example, you may have to spend some money, even though right now this is more like, no, I want to hang on to what I've got. And with Thoth, Thoth is a card, this is a card of good turns, actually. So it does seem to feel like there's something karmic around it, certainly. There could even be some legal matters with Thoth when this turns up. But generally speaking, I feel like Thoth always shows up when something is a matter of timing. Like you may be hanging on to where you are right now. This could have to do with your home in terms of if you're thinking of moving. Maybe you're just staying put for right now, waiting for the right time. This could also have to do with a family matter, okay? So if there's something here where there's really not a whole lot of change, it may be a case of waiting until the right time comes for you to take action on something or for a change to happen. Okay, let's look at your work areas. Now this is interesting because I'm looking here and at your 10th house. 6th house is Virgo energy, and I always considered this is the house of service, so I always think about this as jobs that we might have. It can also have to do with our health, and it can also have to do with things that we might be worried about. But you've got double fire here. You've got Sun, which is Leo energy, and you've got the fire card. So there's a lot of clarity about something. If you have been ill, then this is a great sign that there's going to be some, renewed vitality. So if you haven't had a lot of energy, this is definitely an indication that that's going to change for the better. But I think in terms of a job, there's almost the sense of having a clarity, feeling that you can see something clearly and feeling very, very inspired to move ahead with something new, to create something new, and also to get rid of what doesn't work anymore. And if I look at your 10th house, which has to do with your actual career and your legacy, we have Sirius with the Fool. So I feel like you're inspired to do something really new here. Okay, the Fool is about taking a risk, about starting at the beginning, doing something new. Again, Aries energy here. But Sirius is the Aquarian energy. And this is about thinking outside the box, about doing it differently. It's a house of Capricorn, but it's not necessarily about working quote unquote hard. It's more about finding a better way to work or finding a way to do something non-traditional. Like there's a thinking outside the box element to Sirius here. I mean, it does involve work because Sirius does indicate having the strength to do something or having to kind of jump through some hoops to get to kind of where you want to be, but it's not something that you can't handle. Okay, Sirius energy is just, it's about physical strength. So for some people, maybe it literally has to do with a physical job, but you're taking some kind of a risk, and maybe you're doing something a little bit more unconventional here. Now this is your own energy, but this is more about finding a better way to do something rather than just doing things the same old way. So you seem very, very inspired in terms of your career, and maybe you have taken a risk lately. The fact that if this is a new job and a new career risk where maybe finances are a risk or something like that, then this seems to be saying that you're going to get some very good news soon. Maybe recently, like if this has been starting your own business, maybe there's been some roadblocks, maybe there's been some news you did not expect, but it does seem to indicate things being, at least basically being stable, at least being this Four of Pentacles. Even if you're not gaining something right now, you're not losing anything. It's that kind of an energy. So I think that's good. Now let's look at the 8th house, okay? 8th house has to do, now this is interesting because this has to do with transformation, but also joint finances. And I mentioned joint finances because we have the Earth card here. And this usually comes up when money is coming in from some other source. For some people, it could be a legacy, an inheritance, a gift. Oftentimes there can be a family thing connected to it. But whatever it is, it's about money that's coming from another source. It's like your money coming from family or they're coming from somebody. There's some kind of a gift that's coming here of money from somebody else. And that may be the good news that you have here. You have it with the Three of Wands. So this could even be just a business collaboration. You could have investors. You might have people who are interested in your work and want to give you money for something. So, or there's money that people are investing together. There's something here about something that's done together. Again, with this here, there could be some delays, but I don't feel like these are long-term delays. You have 2 1 cards, so I feel like this would be a problem that will be solved like in another month or so. You know what I mean? If that's the delay that we're seeing here. Now, if I look at your house of expansion, which is the 9th house, Sagittarius, that's Jupiter energy, that's higher education, spirituality, long-distance travel. Okay, you have Lotus with the Page of Bats, which is the Page of Swords. So, okay, in terms of your area of expansion, now again, it's going to vary what this has to do with. I think this is also a legal house as well. So take it as it resonates for you. But something, okay, so maybe this is the bad news that you're getting here, or the news that you weren't expecting. Page of Bats has a lot to do with rumor, gossip, and what you hear. It's like people acting behind the scenes. They're not always acting in a way, or they could be somebody who's being deceptive, or somebody who's being gossipy or nosy, or just interfering or trying to get involved in a way that is somewhat deceptive. It's not necessarily the thing that you want. Now, pages sometimes too in this house could indicate a studentship or could indicate new contracts or things like that. It doesn't have to be a negative card, but the fact that I'm seeing this kind of negative communication over here could indicate that maybe you're hearing rumors about something, but Lotus is saying you really don't need to worry about them. So I don't know. There's something connected. This could have to do with travel, being these are both travel houses. They're both houses of thought and expanding your horizons. One's a little more local. One is kind of going a little bit more beyond that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe you're getting unexpected news, and I don't know. I feel like this may be somebody who is, there's something deceptive about this news. So I feel like it's saying not to worry about what you're hearing. I think maybe you're being thrown off track about something. And that actually kind of makes this fit a little better. Because to me, I'm like, okay, there's all of this good news around here. What is this bad news over here? But this could be news that's coming that's not, that you need to be careful of the motivations of the person. Somebody could just be spreading gossip or something. So keep that in mind. Now, in your own house of Aquarius energy, you have Bast with the High Priestess. Okay, so this is a house of networking and also a house of manifesting your goals. Now, it's interesting because this is a very social card. You have Bast here, which is a happiness card. It's about celebrating. It's about being with others. There's a lot about following your intuition, giving other people their due to get yours. But with the High Priestess, there's a sense of, again, there's of kind of being out of the spotlight, really. I mean, High Priestess is somebody who kind of goes it alone, who's very independent, and also maybe being very mysterious. Like there's something, or it's suggesting that there's something that your intuition needs to be involved here. There may be a situation that is better apprehended, not through what you're seeing or what comes through rumor, but rather what's unseen, what you intuit about something. So I feel like this is saying, in regard to a relationship or something you're trying to accomplish, your intuition's going to be a better guide than maybe what even people are telling you right now, especially with this over here. I'm feeling like, you're ready to move ahead, you're jazzed to go, and you will get there. I mean, High Priestess can also indicate that there's some unseen things that you are waiting to uncover. This is why you might probably have the moon here in the first house. There's this whole sense of like, okay, I'm waiting to see where something's going to go. I'm waiting to find out what information I can trust. Now, in your 12th house of Pisces, we have Temperance with Horus. So, yeah, Temperance is about finding balance. I mean, this could be work-life balance. This has a lot to do with our health, not just our physical health, but also our mental health, our creativity, our visibility. And just having that peace and balance. And the fact that it's showing up in the 12th house, maybe we're dubious right now that we're going to have it. Like, that this is something that we want. Temperance also has to do with things that come to us, not things that we have to, really push and try to force the issue for. So I don't know. It's interesting. There seems to be this balancing act that's going on between what you're trying to manifest, okay, what you're fired up to do, and the risks that you're taking, the new way that you're approaching things, and what it is that you have to wait for. Like you're still figuring yourself out. You're still figuring your own identity, okay, where you're going. And it does seem like you're on some kind of a new track in terms of a career or a job or something that you're doing, a business. There's something that you're doing that's different here, okay? But I feel like there's more to be revealed. And I feel like, there could be just somebody who's not being above board right now. But there definitely looks like a joint financial kind of an arrangement that's going to be coming up for some of you. Now, if I look at your love sector, that's the one I haven't looked at yet. If you're looking for love. Okay, this is so funny. I saw this for Capricorn too. Anubis with the Queen of Bats. You're definitely keeping boundaries right now emotionally. And also if you're working on a creative project, like if you're not someone looking for love, or you're married already or something, and this is the house of love affairs, yeah, there's just something here where you are, this queen is very detached, is very much a perfectionist, wants things exactly right, a certain way, somewhat skeptical, somewhat cynical, maybe somebody who has experienced loss and is kind of like, yeah, you're not going to put one over on me kind of energy. But you have it with Anubis. And so, yeah, to me, I feel like there's a boundary that's being set here. So, yeah, this is definitely not conducive to somebody who's looking for love right now. Now, I don't know if that's you or the other person, but I feel like it's more like you. Like right now, you might just be feeling very detached. And, okay, so in the Libra house of relationship, you have the Libra card, which is justice, okay? And you have it with Hathor. So Hathor, again, to me, this is a card of trying to be secure. It's a very strongly feminine card, so for some people, maybe there is a particular female involved. But I feel, again, like there's something very much about being grounded, being cozy, familiar, domestic. I mean, those are all kind of the words that you associate with this card. In business, it's just somebody who's very organized, like a very Virgo type energy, right? So I don't know. This is kind of like a partnership. I don't know if there's going to be a legal partnership of some kind, whether that's a marriage or a love relationship. This could be somebody who's like Taurus or Virgo, potentially. And justice, again, this is Libra energy in the Libra house. So it does seem like, but this feels very much like a legal partnership in the sense of maybe something to do with business, okay? And I think there's something about having a partnership that is fair, legal, and like above board. And that's why, that also might be why you have the Page of Bats here. Like there may be somebody, maybe you're about to enter a legal partnership or arrangement or something with somebody. And maybe there's somebody saying, oh, you got to watch out. I mean, obviously you want to investigate anything. You want to make sure you know the truth of things with a partnership. But there's nothing here that makes me feel like whatever this partnership is, that it's actually bad, that you are actually being deceived. I feel more like there may be somebody coming in who's trying to create problems where there isn't any. Overall, you have the Scarab with the Eight of Pumpkins. Yeah, this is you hard at work, okay? Work is definitely your focus right now, Aquarius. You are figuring out who you are and where you are, and you are thinking about making some kind of a move. It does seem like there's some kind of, like I said, finances coming in. Love and romance don't seem to be the thing right now. And it seems more like you are trying to blaze a trail. You may be collaborating with somebody else. You may be making a change in terms of what you're doing. But whatever it is, there is a new beginning coming. I mean, you have Scarab in the middle. I think also Scorpio had their own card, the Death card in the middle of the reading. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are going through major change right now. And yours seems to be primarily focused. I mean, it does seem like there can be some new joint financial arrangement, but a lot of this seems to be about career and business partnerships and kind of who you're working with. And you, yeah, just in terms of you and your own identity, maybe if you have this new beginning here, maybe you've been in some kind of job or career for a long time, and now you're taking a move that you might be risky, and you're not really still sure who you are or where you're at right now. So you may be taking a little bit of a time out here, trying to hang on to what you've got, but there is definite change coming here. So, can't fight change. Don't think it's a bad change. I do think there's some miscommunications or, some information you're getting that may not be good. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, I mean, this looks good. Let's just see what the Between Worlds Oracle says for you. Sorry, I don't need 100 cards. I just need one. Aha. Oh, yeah. Your card is the Valley of Annihilation. Okay, I love this deck. It's got all these birds on it. Okay, so let's see what that's about, because I this is not a deck I know by heart, so. Okay, the Valley of Annihilation is the last of the valleys in the Conference of the Birds before the groups of birds reaches their destination. It is a place of purification, a journey towards quieting the ego and loosening old patterns and identities. This card asks that you surrender yourself to silence, that you become the ocean. It offers, among its many mysteries, that you escape, die, and begin life anew. And here you are trying to figure yourself out in the first house, right? This card may refer to places of deep introspection, sleep, or even altered states of consciousness. Okay, so yeah, this is about new beginnings. This is about the place where something old is really going away, and you are in a new space. But I feel like you're not really quite trusting the new space. Like you're not really quite sure. And right now, you're not necessarily moving so much towards. There's a strong independence here. And maybe you've been made to distrust certain people or situations, but it does seem like you are going to be moving towards some kind of working relationship financially or legally. And right now, though, I think you want to just surrender to the change. This is you continuing to do your work. And I think anything, like I said, that, you know, any place where you might feel like you're being deceived or you're feeling distrustful, I think you will, you're gonna basically, when I see Osiris here and I see Lotus here, it does seem to me that everything is going to be fine. That basically everything is the same, nothing's getting worse. Things will get better. Things are changing. It is worth you taking a risk. You are going to be fired up, and you will resolve this. But for right now, I think you are still just at a space where you're waiting for information and trying to figure things out, but and maybe just maintaining the status quo on certain things for a while. But overall, I think it's going to be fine. This is nothing here that is terrible or cataclysmic. Nothing that can't be overcome. So just focus on your work right now. Believe in what you're doing, and don't listen to gossip. Hope this reading was helpful for you, Aquarius. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.